Neil, massive game in the FA Cup this weekend as we host Harrogate Town. How's the mood around the place leading up to it?
Well, obviously we're on the back of two not very good results after a run of fantastic results. So yeah, but we need to stick together. You know how important the game is on Saturday. It's a massive game for the football club. Hopefully be a sellout here. I believe it's not far off a sellout already. So we're looking forward to it. We've got a week to prepare, which is unusual at this moment in time. We've got to try and put the last two results behind us. But the lads have had a fantastic season so far. Saturday's results, as you know, wasn't great. Performance wasn't great. Same with Guiseley. But I think we've got enough credit in the bank at the moment, and I'm hoping the game on Saturday, like they did at Halifax a few weeks back, they rise to the occasion and put on a great performance for the supporters.
Definitely. Could this be, obviously as you say, there's been a couple of disappointing results in the last couple of weeks. Could this be the perfect chance to rise to the occasion and bounce back?
They don't get any bigger, do they, for non-league clubs? First round of the FA Cup, obviously it's a big opportunity for players, the younger players to put themselves in the shop window. But more importantly for us as a team, as I say, we've had a very good start to the season. We've had 4 away games in this competition, which is difficult at the best of times. We've had 6 games in it with 2 replays. We beat Spennymoor, who were flying high in the Conference North. Obviously beat Halifax, who are currently flying in the National League. And next is Harrogate. So, like we did a number of years back, we look forward to a league club. And the biggest thing for me is that we're at home. It's the first home draw, I think, in an FA competition for I don't know how long. I think we've had, someone told me, 12 or 13 draws, and this is only the second one at home. So, we're looking forward to it.
Definitely. As you mentioned about the previous FA Cup run, there's something about a Neil Young Marine team in the FA Cup. Where do you think that comes from?
I don't know, because my record coming to Marine was dreadful in the FA Cup, to be honest. Where different clubs, different reasons. When I was at Chester, it was always about, because we were starting off as a new club, a fan-owned club, it was always about we had to win leagues and try and get up the leagues as quick as possible. So our focus was mainly in that area, to make sure we could get up the leagues as quick as possible to keep the fans on board and keep the club moving forward. We managed to do that, but since then, as I say, since I've come here, our FA Cup runs in particular have been fantastic. As you say, 3rd round, now 1st round. We've had 2 4th round qualifiers, nearly knocked Wrexham out in 96 minutes. Salford City, who were top of the National League at that time, late goal here to lose 2-1. So yeah, we've had some great performances, and the performances this year all away from home. Obviously we've had the replays back here, have been fantastic. So yeah, we work very hard tactically. I think this year and our latest results, we can look for excuses and and point the finger, but we played 21 games of football since the start of the season, which is in 12 weeks. Still a lot to ask. We may have gone a little bit stale in certain areas, but as you said, there's no bigger game. 1st round proper against the Football League side, who were not really well, to be honest. Harrogate, when I was at Chester, they were coming through. Simon was coming through at the same time as us, and they've gone on, and Simon's done a really good job there, and managed to stabilise them as a Football League club.
Yeah, you can see how this place has transformed then on the back of our last run in the FA Cup, and you managed to obviously get us the proper rounds once again. How big could this one be for the club with another massive game on the horizon?
I think it just keeps us at the forefront. A lot of people hear about Marine or hear about non-league football clubs once in a while. We have one cup run, we've managed to have another one now in such a very short space of time. So we're there again. People are probably thinking what we're doing here. How well we're doing things. As you say, the place has been transformed since the last cup run. It's transformed not just the football club from a playing perspective, but off the pitch, the area, the community, the fan base. When I remember coming here 2018, I think I arrived. Obviously we've had COVID and various things since then. We were averaging gates about 300, 350. I think our average gates now is about 1,300. So the fans are travelling home and away. And I'm glad at this time they have the opportunity to see us in the FA Cup, because last time we had this run, they didn't get that opportunity. Obviously they did from the sofas, which might be too bad if this weather keeps up. But they'll have that opportunity, and from what I hear, and they're buying into it, because I think we're nearly sold out. I think when I spoke to James Reedy last night, I think it was, I think we had 100 tickets left, which unbelievable, isn't it?
It's fantastic, massive attendance, and your team has evolved a lot since your last cup run, of course. How strong do you feel the current squad is, given that you managed to have build through a greatly successful transfer window this summer?
Well, we've actually now got no players left from the last FA Cup run, but that team back in 2021, was it?
Yeah, 2021.
2021. You know, what they achieved was incredible. You know, in the times as well. You know, because we weren't if you remember, we weren't playing football. We were only playing in the FA Cup. We'd meet up and train and wait for the next cup game in 2-3 weeks' time. So, you know, incredible. And I think I went on record at the time, and I've said since, that the team that started, and people all know about money in football and non-league, the team that started on that night against Tottenham here, the actual 11 on the pitch was in total was £1,750. Which, you know, that's just incredible for 11 players. So what that team achieved, you know, was phenomenal. The current group still evolving, as you say. We've had some great results, you know, to win Spennymoor away, great performance. Guiseley away, and then bring them home, and Spennymoor, and to go to Halifax Town as some doing. You know, they're a good side, and National League side full time. Radcliffe Borough here, who for me is one of the best teams I've seen here since I've been here. The football he played, the way he played, the aggression, the way that he played, the way he said, right, you know, we're going to set our team up, we're going to play a certain way, and you've got to try and stop us. It wasn't the case of we set up, and we managed to win that game. The only team in the league this season to beat them. So we've had some really good results. We've a bit short of numbers, if I'm honest. People have asked me, you know, in recent weeks, why we should. But when you're in both cup competitions, it's difficult to sign players because some are cup tied, some the loans don't want them cup tied because they're going to come in at a later stage. The lads who we've got on loan, some of them aren't allowed to play in the cup. So when you've got both cups, virtually week after week or every 2 weeks, to try and bring a loan player in and drop him out because he's not allowed to play and bring a loan player in, it's not good from a continuity perspective. It's certainly not good from a financial perspective because you've got to pay for them. So there's a lot of things you've got to take into consideration. FA Cup's a little bit different in the fact that we get lads back fit. Johnny Spittle should be back fit for the weekend, which is good. Liam Nolan managed to get 45 on Saturday, which was always the plan from me. So we're getting a couple of lads back. Nathan Woodthorpe comes back into the squad after the weekend because he's now allowed to play. He's allowed to play in the FA Cup. So yeah, we're stronger. We're looking forward to it, and maybe I don't know yet. We may have 1 or 2 new faces before Saturday comes also. Fantastic,
great news. And you mentioned, you know, Harrogate, and they'll prove a tough test. Obviously, League 2 opposition. How will your team be approaching that test?
Like we always do in these games. Well, in any game really. What's good for Saturday games from a part-time perspective, just to give people how it works, it's to have a week's training and a week to analyse, and I'm not saying we're going to get it right on the day, I'm not, but it gives us the best opportunity to get it right on the day. When you're going from Saturday to Tuesday, you don't have any time in between, so from Saturday you'll get home Saturday early hours, Sunday morning in some cases, you're back playing Tuesday, getting the information to the boys. But this week we've got a full week to prepare. We've done a lot of work on Harrogate. We'd be silly not to, best we can. You know, I'm sure they'll be doing the same on us. I know they've had us watched, I know we've been here. So we'll just do the best we can. We'll set the boys up the best we can, like we have done in all the other rounds, and give them the best opportunity to be the best version of themselves to try and win us the game.
Yeah. You mentioned we could see a sold out MTA this Saturday. How much of a boost could that be to the players?
It's massive. The fan base has been incredible over these last few years in particular. You know, travelling home and away. Some of the away crowds, Spennymoor was, you know, unbelievable. Even on Saturday when we were poor as a team, the fans still turned up, still took a coach and people driving to that game. Fans have got a massive part to play here on Saturday. I mean, we're going to need their voices. You know, we're going to suffer in the game. You know, for large parts, I would expect, who we're playing, and that's when we're going to need the fans. So I'm hoping, you know, they're going to make this place as loud as they possibly can. I know it's not easy. You know, I know it's not easy. I can't get the club to give us a free bar to lighten everyone up. I don't think that's going to be allowed. So all we ask is that they do what they've done all the time, turn up, which it looks like it's going to happen, and be as loud as they possibly can to get right behind the team.